Welcome to Important Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. I don't think people understand just how much the fate of a nation can hinge on its infrastructure. In the Philippines, connecting over 7,000 islands is a monumental task. The government's plan for a modern railway system was bold, with China initially as the key partner, aligning with Beijing's Belt and Road Initiative. For a while, it seemed Chinese engineering and capital would lay the tracks for the Philippines' future. But in late 2023, the Philippines walked away from Chinese financing deals, citing China's inaction and unfulfilled loan promises. Years of negotiations led nowhere, and projects meant to symbolize a new era of connectivity stalled. China's quiet exit marked a significant shift, not a public dispute, but a slow, frustrating end to a once promising partnership. Analysts point to Beijing's economic headwinds and Manila's firmer stance on South China Sea disputes as possible reasons for China's hesitation. The result: the Philippines was left without a financier for its most critical infrastructure projects. This episode was a stark reminder that development deals are deeply intertwined with politics and power. Yet, disappointment quickly turned to opportunity. The railway dream didn't die, it simply changed course. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was determined to see these projects through, seeking new partners whose interests aligned more closely with Manila's. The departure of China opened the door for two other global powers to step in. This set the stage for a new chapter in the Philippines' infrastructure journey and its role in the Indo-Pacific. To grasp the railway's importance, consider daily life in the Philippines: traffic congestion, hours-long commutes, and economic bottlenecks. The lack of a modern railway system holds back progress, limiting opportunities for millions. The proposed network, linking Subic, Clark, Luzon, and Mindanao, aims to connect economic zones, farms, and cities, transforming how goods and people move. Imagine farmers getting crops to market faster, workers commuting efficiently, and new business hubs emerging along the tracks. Beyond economics, the railway promises social equity, decentralizing growth and giving rural communities better access to jobs, education, and healthcare. It's a tool for nation building, stitching together the archipelago and creating a more inclusive path to prosperity. This vision keeps the government's commitment strong, even after the setback with China. The cost is high, but the cost of inaction, measured in daily gridlock and lost potential, is even higher. For the Philippines, the railway is not a luxury, it's a lifeline for the 21st century. With China out, the Philippines turned to its oldest allies, the United States and Japan. Japan, through its International Cooperation Agency, has a proven track record in Philippine infrastructure, known for quality and reliability. The U.S., traditionally a security partner, now sees economic influence as key to regional power, launching initiatives to counter China's Belt and Road. The railway project is a chance for the U.S. to show it can be a reliable development partner. Together, America brings financial muscle and political backing, while Japan offers technical expertise. For the Philippines, this diversifies funding and brings higher standards for transparency and sustainability. This trilateral cooperation signals a broader strategic alignment as tensions rise in the Indo-Pacific. The railway becomes a symbol of this deepening partnership and a commitment to a free, open, and rules-based region. By choosing the US and Japan, the Philippines is making a clear statement about its preferred partners and the regional order it supports. The railway is more than infrastructure, it's a strategic choice. The $800 million railway project will create thousands of jobs, from construction to operations, boosting local economies and providing valuable skills. Once operational, it will continue to employ staff for train operations, maintenance, and security. Improved transport will lower business costs, making Philippine products more competitive and attracting new investment. For ordinary Filipinos, faster, safer commutes mean more time with family, less stress, and more disposable income. The railway will spur growth in related industries, commercial hubs around stations, and a tourism boom as travel becomes easier. It will spread economic benefits beyond major cities, bringing new opportunities to rural communities. The railway is not just a line on a map, it's a network generating waves of economic activity nationwide. It's a catalyst for broader development, not just a transport project. For millions, it promises a fundamental improvement in quality of life. The railway is an economic lifeline for the Philippines' future. The railway's promise is immense, but so are the risks. The $800 million price tag is just the start. Cost overruns and debt could strain the national budget if not managed carefully. Building across challenging geography, mountains, typhoons, earthquakes requires complex engineering and careful planning. Land acquisition is a major hurdle, often leading to delays and legal battles. Effective management and clear communication with communities are critical to keeping the project on track. Geopolitically, pivoting from China to the US and Japan may strain relations with Beijing, risking retaliation in other areas. The Philippines must balance its new alliances with diplomatic caution. Public perception is another risk. Delays or corruption could erode support and threaten the project's future. Transparency and accountability are essential to maintain trust and momentum. The railway's success depends on overcoming these financial, technical, and political challenges. Partnering with the US and Japan is a major foreign policy shift for the Philippines, signaling a move away from accommodating China. This will likely cool relations with Beijing, as political trust erodes and China sees Manila's pivot as part of a US-led containment effort. For the US, co-investing in Philippine infrastructure deepens the alliance beyond defense, showing a commitment to economic prosperity. Japan's role is elevated, showcasing its reliability and strategic interest in a stable, prosperous Philippines. This trilateral project highlights Japan's engineering excellence and its stake in regional security. The realignment creates a new diplomatic dynamic in Southeast Asia, offering a model for other nations balancing ties with China and the US. The railway project is a test case for alternatives to Chinese financing. It shows that pushing back against Beijing's pressure is possible without sacrificing development. The project's outcome will have implications for the region's strategic landscape. The Philippines' pivot is being watched closely across Asia. By choosing the US and Japan, the Philippines has repositioned itself in Indo-Pacific geopolitics. Manila is now a central player in a new economic and strategic architecture, not just a location for military bases. This gives the Philippines greater leverage and a stronger voice with its allies. But it also puts the country on the front line of US-China rivalry, raising the stakes in disputes like the South China Sea. The railway project is a symbol of this new alignment and a test of the West's development model. Success would prove there's a high-quality, transparent alternative to Chinese projects. The Philippines is betting that closer ties with the US and Japan outweigh the risks of antagonizing China. By building the railway, Manila is also building a new foreign policy. It's a bold move that places the Philippines at the heart of the region's defining contest. Even with strong partners, building the railway faces daunting challenges. The Philippines' geography, mountains, earthquakes, typhoons, demands advanced engineering and meticulous planning. High construction standards will add to costs and complexity, testing even Japanese expertise. Bureaucratic hurdles, permits, regulations, and land acquisition require extraordinary political will and coordination. Fair compensation and humane relocations are essential to avoid delays and protests. Financial sustainability is another challenge. Fares must balance affordability with operational costs. Creative revenue solutions, like station retail, may be needed. Corruption remains a persistent threat. Transparency and accountability are non-negotiable. Open bidding, independent audits, and zero tolerance for graft are crucial. The project's credibility and success depend on overcoming these practical challenges. Is the $800 million railway a wise investment or a high-stakes political gamble? In truth, it's both. The railway is essential for unlocking economic potential and improving lives, but it's also a strategic move, tying development to security. By pivoting from China to the US and Japan, the Philippines has made its infrastructure a statement of foreign policy. This gamble risks antagonizing China and deepening great power rivalry. The project's success will be judged by its execution. Can it deliver real benefits efficiently and transparently? Failure would turn hope into frustration. The railway must work for the Filipino people first. The Philippines has chosen to align with partners who share its values, seeking prosperity and security. Whether this leads to a brighter future or new risks, the world will be watching.